everybody, it's Laura from Fairy Fox Design, and it is so fun to be with you today. I am getting so lonely. All over the world, we're having to deal with the situation that many of us have never encountered anything like it. On the community tab, there's a poll that you can take and look at where we're at here as a channel, what we're all dealing with. And I want you first to know that I feel your pain. This is a really hard thing to be dealing with. It's disappointing to see all of the work that I've been planning for months disappear in a couple of days. It's really hard to feel like that little kid's birthday party isn't going to have a face painter. In fact, that little kid isn't going to have a birthday party this year. It's really sad that these kids are being so affected. This won't last forever. Face painting is something that humans have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. So chances are in the future, it's like almost positive we'll be painting on people again. And so during this time that we're not, let's take the time to think about our businesses and have a business plan. If you've never had a business plan before, let me tell you what a huge deal it is to have one. When you first open a new game that you get, the first thing on top, before you even get a look at the pictures or the board or the pieces or anything, you run into the instructions. And the instructions tell you, this is how to play the game, this is how not, and it goes through being very, very specific. And so having a business plan is that oomph that it gives us to know what is it that our business does do, what is it that it doesn't do. And the beautiful thing is that we get to write that business plan. It's about you self-expressing. But I know when I'm trying to juggle calendars and clients and events and relaxing a little bit before I go crazy, there isn't a whole lot of time for, business plan Zen garden kind of situations. And so this can be a wonderful time while you have a little bit of downtime and a little bit of quiet to think through, who am I as a business and what does that look like? And start to write down some things, start to make some goals. The next thing that we can do for our business is to finally get our social media platforms all figured out and doing I know some people, they seem to not have any problem with staying on top of social media. I know for me, it's a constant struggle. And so this is a wonderful time to go through the backlog of photos that I have and pick out some special ones and get them all in order of like when I want to share them and what it is I'm trying to share, self-determine what you're doing. And then this is our chance where we have a couple of weeks to finally get on top of our social media presence. Another thing that I never have enough time for, and that really is the special thing about this, is we never have enough time, and we don't have enough of anything else, not even toilet paper, but we have enough time for the first time ever. So this is the time to go through your kit. And not just your kit, but I want you to go into that back room, in the closet, underneath the towels that still need to be folded. And I want you to find that box of all of that face paint that isn't in your kit anymore, but you can't throw it away. And when I first started having extra paint, I would always have this but it's still good, and it would accumulate. And I would go from one box to two boxes. I mean, even the cases, they had no paint in them, but it's this plastic case that I know I can use for something. So what I started doing is instead of asking the question, is this still good? Does this still have value? The question I ask myself is, do I want to use this again in the future? And it totally changed my sorting process. I knew, no, I don't want to use it anymore. Does it still have value? Yes. Value to me? No. And that's why it's in the box in my closet. And so this is a great time to go through your stash, figure out if there's a place where you want to donate it, or figure out if there's another face painter that you can hook up on Facebook. There are all kinds of swap groups, and get rid of all that extra. The burden that lifts when you look in your stash and it's everything you want and nothing else is awesome. So you have the time to go through your stash. Let's make it happen. What about our art? What is happening with our art right now? I can tell you that for me, I love face painting on the job. So what can we do with our art while we're all alone? First thing is, let's get a new skill. Learn to do balloons. Learn to do henna. Learn to edit a photo. If there's things you want to learn from me, if you want to see balloons or something on here, always feel free to leave me messages in the comments. I read every single one. And we can find new things that we can do during this time when we're home. Learning a new skill right now is a wonderful way to stay sharp and to feel like your art is moving forward. Of course, there are other things that our art needs. And let me tell you one, as face painters, we all have those ideas. And I want you to tell me what they are, okay? The things that you say, oh, I don't paint that, go to the person next to me. Get out your practice materials and say, in these 2 weeks, I'm going to figure out how to finally paint a dog or whatever it is that you need. And that can be a wonderful thing. Get rid of those avoidance items. We can also take the time to develop new designs. We don't always have the time to sit with an image that's in our inspiration folder. It's so easy to click save, but do we take the time to sit with those saved images and to learn and to grow? I know some of the face paintings that I've been painting off the same photos for 7, 8 years. Like it's awful because I never have the time to sit down and completely revamp. Well, we have the time. So find new designs, develop new designs, and be able to learn and grow in your own face painting. It's a great time for that. Now, what about our communities? Social distancing is terrible. I hate it. But the communities are still there. And so you have your local community and you have your face painting community. And here we are in the face painting community. It's still alive and vibrant. A wonderful thing to do right now is jump into the 100 days of, or find some of those things that you can be talking to other artists and supporting them and having them look at your work and getting excited. The local community is still there online. And so taking the time to reach out to the local businesses that are all shutting down and to send words of warmth, to be able to, I know tomorrow I have the chance to go and hand out some free art supplies to kids that might not have the money in their parents' budget for that. And that's a way that I've kind of tried to figure out what is it that I can do. So I went to the grocery store and there was a man doing the bulk food. And this man looked me in the eye, smiled at me, and said with all the warmth of his soul, "Can I help you with anything?" And just that connection, I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm like, there is hope in the world for the future. So let's try and capture a little bit of that optimism and that hope and bleed that back into our community because it is needed. It is so needed. Okay, this last idea might be crazy, but I'm so excited for it, and I promise I will do this too, okay? If you do it, I will do it, that kind of thing. Take the time to make yourself a piece of art. I don't care if it's a cute little sticky note that you put on your window or whatever it is. Take the time to use those amazing talents that we use to bless everybody around. I mean, we chase kids down and be like, hold still, I want to practice. Take the time to make something that's gonna last for you, that you wouldn't normally have time for. We have the time. Make a piece of art that is special to you. I know it can be a lot easier to create art for somebody that's gonna smile and say thank you. And it can be a little bit challenging to smile and say thank you to ourselves, but this is a wonderful opportunity to show that love reflected back in on ourselves. So the world has ground to a halt. And the big question is how do we keep moving forward? It breaks my heart how many people I've seen on Facebook saying, well, I'm about to gain a lot of weight. The choice between weight gain and weight loss, it's our choice, right? And so as we are stuck and all of the work is disappearing and we don't know what's coming next and there's all of this, we get to make that choice of, okay, how do we keep moving forward even though everything is stopping and shutting down? So here are some of my thoughts. I would love to hear yours. What are the things that you keep telling yourself before you go to bed that kind of keep it at bay? I know my husband keeps reminding me, we're not alone. There are hundreds, thousands, millions of people in this situation too. But I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope nobody's sick. And yeah, I'll keep seeing you. I really am excited to do another live soon. So I've got a few of my own ideas, but if ever you guys have an idea for what you guys want to talk about live, let's do that too. So take care.